Welcome back to the Tag Team Talent Podcast. Today, it's a special bonus show featuring a classic rewind segment. Now, here's your host and MC, Scott Edwards.
Hi, and welcome to this week's bonus show for the special video podcast, Tag Team Talent Podcast, where we get a chance to showcase videos from around the world. But I gotta be honest, most of them come from my collection of stand-up comedy from back in the day when I owned a chain of comedy clubs and did concerts. I even had a few TV series. So I'm always proud to share this information with you in these videos because they're really quite unique and rare. This one is extra special because there was a comic when he just came over from Russia. One of the first clubs he worked was mine, Laughs Unlimited, and in fact he barely spoke English in his first few visits to the club. But he ended up being a huge success. He's been in several movies, TV tons, has his own theater in Branson, Missouri, and was a speechwriter for Ronald Reagan. Yeah, this guy has had an amazing career. In fact, now he's got his own PhD and is a doctor in psychology. So who knows what happens in stand-up comedy. But back in the day, Yakov Smirnoff was brand new out of Russia and the only true Russian stand-up comic, and it's so happy to present him. On this, he's on a TV newsreel show where he and the news crew kind of banter. He was performing at my club that week, and he gets a chance to do a little humor and interact with the news anchors. This is a short video, something really rare and unique. I hope you enjoy it. It's from back in the early 80s. Ladies and gentlemen, on the TV newsreel, it's Yakov Smirnoff.
You get started in comedy, and why did you decide to come from Russia to America?
Starting in comedy, I got into a contest there on the best political joke. First prize was 20 years. I lost, and that's why I decided to come out here. It's much better to do comedy out here. Here you can go on the stage and actually say anything you want to. You can go on television. You can go even to President Reagan and say, I don't like Reagan. We can do the same thing in Russia. We can go to Andropov and say, I don't like Reagan. It's almost the same thing. So all those reasons, you know, they censor your material there, and it's very hard to work in those situations. You got to write out all your jokes, and you send it to Department of Jokes. There's actually, I'm not making this up.
This is not a joke.
Not a joke. They send it back to you censored, and you have to stay with the script. You can't improvise. If somebody heckles you from the audience, you can't say, like, your mother wears army boots, because she probably does. She'll...
Wow, we really appreciated Yakov doing those TV shows. Sometimes they were early in the morning and hard to get up for, but he obviously could carry his own, had a good story, and was always funny. Russian comic Yakov Smirnoff, and in fact he became quite a good actor, ended up on the movie Moscow on the Hudson with Robin Williams, but he did several others and a lot of TV. He was a speechwriter for Ronald Reagan. He has his own theater in Branson, Missouri, and he's a doctor of psychology. We're so proud of the career that Yakov Smirnoff has had, and we hope you enjoyed this TV news interview, something a little bit different as part of our special Tag Team Talent Podcast bonus show. Hey, we'll see you Tuesday for our regular show. Bye!
Thanks for joining us for this special bonus show of the Tag Team Talent Podcast. Remember, our regular video podcast will be back next Tuesday. In the meantime, please hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications so you won't miss any of these great videos. And leave us a comment on this video too. We love hearing from you.